Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dream Again, where we finally say yes to all that is inside of us. So I can't believe that we finished another series, you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you so much for listening to these. You don't know how much I appreciate it. But after each series, I like to leave a little nugget called Along the Way, because along the journey, as we walk out our dreams, dust off the cobwebs on some of our old dreams that are stashed away, we put one foot in front of the other. Even if you guys are already walking in what you're supposed to, it's so important just to stop and make sure that we do some things. So one of those things is saying thank you, which we already talked about in a previous video. And today we're going to talk about celebration. You do not have to wait for your birthday or New Year's Eve to celebrate who you are. It is important to continually, all year long, celebrate your successes and even celebrate your failures, because oftentimes we think of celebrating, or when we think of celebrating, it's for something that we deem big. So it's an anniversary, it's a birthday, it's a holiday, it's a launch party, it's a retirement party, and it includes lots of people, and it's supposed to have fun decor with balloons and lights and music and all sorts of stuff. And that's great that we celebrate in that way, but true celebration is not that. It's moments, or a moment that you take for yourself to acknowledge that you accomplished something that is important to you, to get you closer to where you want to go, and you are not going to let that moment pass you by. In celebrating yourself, you embrace and believe that you are important. And guess what, you guys? You are important. And don't think that to celebrate yourself that you have to have a project complete, or it has to be done, or it has to be final. There are celebrations to be had in the process. So let's just say, for instance, you set out to stop smoking. You haven't gotten there yet, but you're down to at least 1 pack a day instead of 5 packs a day. You set out to lose 25 pounds. You're not there yet, but you did work out 3 days this week. You set out to start your own podcast. You don't have 1 podcast recorded yet, but you save money to finally buy all the equipment that you need. You have to celebrate yourself every step of the way, because with each step, it takes boldness, it takes consistency and confidence to know that you are getting closer. It gives you the motivation to know that if you accomplish this, then you're able to continue to accomplish more and more and more. Now listen, you guys, there are going to be moments that you don't have crowds of people cheering you on. You have to learn to celebrate yourself. There will be moments that you fail. Even so, what did you learn from that failure? You need to celebrate that. There will be moments you are going to think that your accomplishment pales in comparison to someone else's progress. But put your blinders on and know that you don't need to be concerned about anybody else. That doesn't matter. What matters is that you're putting one foot in front of the other and you're moving forward. So I'll give you guys an example. So I remember when I was asked by one of my favorite aunts to sing at her father's funeral. Now, it was such an honor to recognize a beautiful soul that I could not pass up on that request. So I said, absolutely. With no doubt, I said yes. But after I got off the phone and accepted, I'm like, oh my goodness, Lord, what in the world am I thinking? Tishonna, you haven't sung in years. And I knew that I could carry a tune, but y'all, there was some rust, on my throat, and it had been a while. So I decided to have a coworker listen to me sing, and I knew that I needed to do that because I needed to hear how my voice would sound underneath pressure when I would get nervous. So I take my coworker into another room, and honestly, I thought that he would say to me at the very end of me singing, wow, Tishonna, you have a decent voice. I never knew that about you. You have a really good voice. But after I sang that song, long story short, both my coworker and I knew that I did a horrible job. We sat there in silence and said nothing. It was awkward, and I knew it was horrible. But you guys, I wasn't embarrassed at all. I was so thankful to God that I took that risk. I did something different. I got out of my comfort zone. And you guys, that is something to celebrate. So go out and get yourself one of your favorite desserts. I don't know, call some of your friends over for dinner, the ones that truly celebrate you, and have fun. Go out and buy yourself some balloons and have your own dance party at your house by yourself. Go do something you love. Look in the mirror and sing yourself praises if no one else is going to compliment you. Celebrate all you are and all that you've done. It teaches you to not rely on others for validation, but to appreciate God, how God uniquely made you, and to accept that uniqueness as a gift. Now go out and celebrate yourself. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.